The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Good evening, you freaking beautiful freaking people. Welcome to the A Show. I am your hostess, April Hunter, and across from me is the other hostess, Eva D. What's up, Eva?
Hello. What's up with you?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We are guestless for this week, which is, every once in a while, that's nice. We like that because we get to just talk with our lovely viewers about anything and everything. And that's kind of how we're going to go tonight. And I see several of you coming in now. I see Alex and Allie and Michael. Hi. Welcome. Good evening. How are you all? So we are coming off a crazy weekend, Ren fairs and everything else. I feel like I still got all this frizzy Ren fair hair going on.
Nah, looks great. What's the polka dot you're wearing?
I'm wearing okay. So I had a podcast before this with a Montreal wrestling. It was called Wrestle Rock. So I was trying to find something real fast to wear because I got back from the gym and I had about 35 minutes to get ready. So I went through my closet and this was there. So it's just a dress that I threw on because it was available.
Well, they'll be throwing a bunch of bits for that tonight.
There you go. Yeah, there we go. There's my teeny weeny polka dot dress bikini.
Wasn't it Titty Tuesday? I saw you post.
It is Titty Tuesday. Yes, right. We love Tuesdays. We get to say see you next Tuesday. It's Titty Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. How could you not love Tuesdays? So I see Cliff. I see Winona. I see Allie's. There you go. Right, exactly. How could you not love Tuesdays? Oh, man. I would love to be just sitting outside right now, but that is not an option. So I'm sitting inside with you guys.
We should take the show outside one day.
We should. Yeah, we should. Lighting's not so great at this hour, but hey. You guys know what I look like. You know what I look like.
So what have you been up to? Had a lot going on. Even last week, we didn't get a chance to talk about the Clearwater Comic-Con. Sean was a great guest.
Oh, my God. There's been so much between the Comic-Cons and shoots and dealing with just work and Airbnb and travel. I feel like I need to slow down. I feel overwhelmed. And then obviously trying to book guests and shuffle everybody around. I feel like I could use a little bit of a break. Let's see.
You're a busy person.
Yeah, and for me, I have that mentality like once it's done, it's done. Like you just move on. So that said, this weekend I'm at Glory Days GrappleCon in Lutz, Florida. So if you're in Tampa Bay and you're a wrestling fan, this is the one for you because this is like the epic time where wrestling was the most amazing. That's who they're going to have on. So
that's awesome.
Look up, Glory Days GrappleCon. So it should be a lot of fun. Yeah. We did Clearwater Library Comic-Con. It was fun. I was not super crazy about their new location, even though it was closer to where I am. But I like kind of their old location better because they had everybody kind of condensed in one room and it had a cool vibe.
Yeah, it was different. It was bigger, it was nice, at least there was music. We mostly hear what was going on.
That's true. We did have good music.
But it seems like there's so much going on, like every weekend, everywhere. It's like, where are people going to go?
Yeah, I know. Well, this is spring break too. We just managed to survive spring break.
Yes.
And I see a few more filtering in. Red Sunny. I see Steve. I see Cool Awesome Dude. Hello to you guys. So yeah, like War Demon. Hey yo. So people are coming. Hello. Yeah, it's like I was just saying, it's been nonstop. I feel like I've been going nonstop for a little bit too long now, and I feel like I'm gonna hit a wall if I don't slow down. Cool, awesome dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate the biddies. As you probably know, if you've been on the show for a while, if you throw the biddies, we shake them titties. So
well, you shake them.
Yeah. Well, no, you can too if you want.
No, there's nothing there.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You try it.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, but Clearwater Library Comic Con was a good time. We went over to Seventh Sun the following day for an appearance that
Oh, that's right. It rained,
well,
but it was cool,
yep, yep. But
except for the pizza.
yeah, exactly.
Pizza. I'm sorry.
Um,
Pizza.
yeah, yep. And Michael came out. We got to see Michael. So
Oh, that's right.
yep, yeah. So we got to see
And
people. Remember last year we got to see Alex at the
yes.
Comic Con. Yep, yep. So it's nice when we get to put some faces to the screen names. We appreciate that.
What so GrappleCon, I was putting it in there, is in Lutz.
Or Odessa.
Yeah, the address they have is Lutz.
Yeah, they say Lutz, but it's like it's at a hotel in Odessa, I think.
Yeah, it says Saturday at 10 a.m.
It's actually noon, they said.
Oh, on the event page it says 10
Oh, shit.
when I just looked
I
it
better
up.
check with that. Because if noon
Yeah.
seems late, maybe he
Yeah,
missed.
it says 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, Glory Days. Yeah, both pages say 10 o'clock.
All right. I better text him then. Because he said noon today. When he
Uh-oh.
texted, I bet you he screwed up and probably hit a 2 instead of a 0.
Well, remember that that other con did that too on the day that
Right.
it
Yeah.
ends. Yeah.
Well, we could show up at noon and be like, hey, here's a screenshot. You said noon. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No. Yeah, come out and see you. So are you bringing anything special?
If anybody asks me to bring something special, I will. But generally, I am just bringing my stuff, and I have a stack of new 8x10s.
There you go.
What else is new?
You have new cards?
I do
I
have,
know.
yeah,
Got,
I've
you
got
just got
some
your
new cards.
contact stuff
I
on
got some
there.
new cards, yeah. I got some new contacts.
Yeah.
I got a new attitude.
She could see you. Now
That's
she
right.
can see you clear. You clearly now.
Now
The rain's gone.
the
I
grains
suck.
are gone.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring up if anybody had stuff from last week with Sean. I thought he was great. I can't wait for him to come back on, talk about other things.
Yeah, I didn't realize how great a timing it was to actually talk about what's going on with the Department of Education.
Yes.
Because I was, sometimes when I get so busy, I'm not keeping up with everything going on. Like I need a break from all it just seems like so much negativity out there. So I just stay off of social media. So I didn't realize all that stuff was happening right then and there. So it was just coincidental. Oh no, my relax is upside down.
Oh.
It's just coincidental that we managed.
Hey, don't knock the tacos.
I know. There we go. It was coincidental that we ended up doing that. So it worked out pretty well. And yeah, he is a good interview, that's for sure. He knows his stuff. Even if we don't always agree on certain things, his input is very valuable. And Steve's asking, how's the tooth? What tooth? It was gone. So I don't have it anymore. And I was spitting out pieces of tooth later and the next day. Is that normal? If you have a wisdom tooth taken out, it just didn't seem like that should be normal. So my friend told me something that was really valuable, and I'm going to pass it along to you guys. If you have to have a tooth pulled so that you don't have to hear them yanking it or breaking it, like in my case, they had to break it. He said to take earbuds so that you can put music in and not have to hear it. And I am so glad they did that, that he told me that, because I could still kind of hear it. So I'm very grateful for that advice. And the other thing I'll tell you, because I was up early and I was drinking my coffee on the way there, and just by chance, I always carry a toothbrush in my purse. So I went in the bathroom and I brushed my teeth and I mouthwashed. It's a good thing I did that, because I found out I couldn't brush my teeth for 24 hours after that. So if you ever have to get a tooth pulled, brush your teeth right before you go in. So There
Well, I
are.
learned some hard times too a
Oh,
couple
and
weeks ago when I had
buy
mine
baby
done too.
food. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my
Buy some
God, that
baby
was
food.
great.
Buy the baby food with protein in it, like buy the chicken and rice or turkey and sweet potatoes. So that kept me afloat, and the squeezy stuff is really good.
Are you eating real food now?
I had my first real food last night.
Yeah. What'd you cook?
I had French bread pizza.
Oh, so you're a really good cook. I'm thinking you made something elaborate.
No.
People don't know, April is an amazing cook. So
Thank you.
sometimes she'll post the videos on Instagram or pictures or somewhere she'll post them. Yeah, that's a good skill.
Yeah, thank you. I'm either cooking, like chefing it up, or I am
Mhm.
heating it up. There's no in between.
Yeah, but you
So
can turn that French bread pizza into some gourmet stuff you pick up at the store.
yeah, thank you.
So, but
It's a weird hidden talent.
yeah, everybody's got some talent. So
Yeah,
you
that's
got
that.
you got you got the cooking one, that's for sure. That gene just totally missed me. So I can
Thank
cook
you.
basics. Yeah, Michael, you have seen some of her food. Um,
Yeah, and that is something I'm good at. I will say that. You know what it is. It's the fitness thing, right? Um, for ages, people thought that they had to eat, like chicken, rice, and broccoli to get fit.
right.
And chicken, rice, and broccoli over and over again, like steamed, is disgusting. That's the last thing I want to eat. So I remember going into fitness and seeing all this disgusting food and them saying, oh, every 2.5 hours, this is what you eat. And I'm like, I'm not fucking eating that. So
Surprise!
so I started finding ways to work around these things. And then when I was younger, I worked in restaurants. I was waitressing, and then depending on where I worked, we would get food. And sometimes I worked,
Mhm.
in some of these fancy restaurants, and I'll watch how they would make things. And then I would travel. What did you say, War Demon? I didn't see it.
I don't know. Oh, he was wondering
Oh,
if you're wearing a swimsuit.
oh no, I'm wearing a dress. Sorry. So see, it's a dress.
It does kind of look like a
Swimsuit on
swimsuit,
these days.
though.
It does look a swimsuit. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. So, because yeah, you got me that really badass one piece. Yes. So
Cool.
sorry, I didn't mean to miss that one. Yeah, big wig. I'm with you. I do not like broccoli, and weirdly enough, it's not a natural vegetable. It was created. Just a lot of it
Really?
were. Yeah.
Who
Same
created
with
it?
cauliflower. We did. We crossbred it. It's not like
So
a
what would you eat in
heritage.
place of that?
Instead of broccoli, honestly. Yeah, exactly. Foul weed. Thank you. I'm with you. I'm going to put those up because I 100% agree with these opinions here. And it's Taco Tuesday, Winona. I just
Mhm.
think it's the theme, though. Nachos.
That
Um,
works.
yeah. One of the things you can sub out vegetables for is an apple. Apple's very low glycemic, and you can have it raw. You can shake on a little bit of chili powder and salt. You can bake it. You can saute it. You can do a lot of things with apples, and it is diabetic friendly. So it is very
Cool.
fibrous. So
So
I would.
what else were you eating besides the no broccoli, rice, and
Well, it
chicken?
depends where in my fitness journey was I getting ready to compete, or was I just staying fit?
Fit.
So because I will, I mean, you've seen some of the stuff I make.
I know,
So
but they have it.
I know. Like I eat a lot of ethnic food. I do a lot of things like curries, a lot of I call it I Mexi everything. I'll make everything Mexi style or Latin
Maple
style.
Mexi.
Yeah, I'll Latin it up.
There you
Do a
go.
lot of Asian food. So I
Yes, I never realized how good some of that stuff could be. Well, somebody likes corn. There you go. Tell them all about corn.
no, you never really eat corn, man. You never eat corn. You just rent it.
Sure. No nutrition in corn, right?
Right. But um Yeah, like the heritage. It is corn is a natural. It is a heritage vegetable starch,
Yes.
whatever you want to call it. So it is, whatever the Native Americans were growing, that is what we have. That is our natural
Sure.
original vegetables. So.
Hey, before we get any farther, if there's stalkers out there, sign in, would you please? Even if you don't say anything, you can stalk and sign in. So
Yeah,
we know
please
you're
do. We love
there.
to hear from you. We love to see you. We love to hear from you.
Yeah, it's
Um,
a good stop. Yep.
yes, but yeah, you can substitute an apple for any vegetable. Another thing I
Hmm.
really like doing, I would slice banana, um, put a little basil on it, and drizzle a little honey over that.
Oh, that sounds good.
Hmm. Or you could do, if you want to make it super simple, you could just do sliced banana with a little honey and cinnamon. But I like the basil with it because the basil brings out the sweetness.
Has you or anybody on here found bananas that don't go bad in a couple days? I don't care how
Ye-
you hang them, dress them.
Yes. Yeah, I found ones that also don't ripen no matter what. So now I'm only buying organic bananas now because the bananas, some of the fruits are really freaking weird now.
Yes, I had a apple that I was cutting up for today. Funny you said
Uh-huh.
that.
Hmm.
And I was cleaning it last night, and I'm like, there is some weird feeling on this.
Hmm.
Like that, what do you call it? Like gel
Appeal.
or
Did you
something.
look and see if it had
I
an appeal
looked,
sticker?
it didn't have that on there, but I
Mm.
still wonder what's up with that.
Hmm.
And so,
Yeah, I've got some fruits that never ripen, like I've got like what I call the peach syndrome, where it's hard. It's hard. You can use it as a weapon. It can be a baseball, and then all of a sudden, in like 10 minutes, it ripens and then goes bad, like an avocado. Like you could 2 seconds ago you were hard as a rock. Now you're mushy and brown. What the You're like, yes.
yeah, you can't tell me you pull that out of your yard. And if you were to grow it and pull it in your or pull it out of your yard, bring it in your house, and it goes bad one day. I don't think so. Two
Mm-mm,
days. It's
mm-mm.
gonna last a lot longer. So anyway,
Yeah.
just curious.
Hi, Lon.
Uh,
Welcome to everybody coming in late. We appreciate you. Thank you for signing in and saying hi. So
um, yeah, go ahead.
I, I'm I'm fascinated and a little obsessed with the stuff going on with the pyramids. You guys see
Okay,
this?
what about?
So they found out there's things underneath the pyramids. Are you seeing what's happening? Is anybody seeing
Well,
what's going on?
I know that there's always been supposedly tunnels under there
Hmm.
for people with traffic tunnels. That's how they got the mummies in, supposedly, or to rest people,
Hmm.
things like that. But yeah, I'm curious to hear what you found.
I should have written it down because do you guys is anybody keeping up with this? Um, it's a vast city underneath Egypt's Giza pyramid. So they're calling a vast underground. They don't probably don't really know what it is, but it how do we know what it is? Um, but it looks like there's columns.
Okay.
So yeah, D,
Oh,
yes, lidar detected some structures underneath.
oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
And hi, Maurizio, how are you doing?
I have a
So I
question for him, so I tagged him for later.
okay. So here's what's interesting. There have been theories about a lot of things in the past that now seem to carry some serious weight. Um, I don't know if you remember, but I have this book called Underground: The Disinformation Guide to
Mm.
Ancient Civilizations. And it's written by archaeologists. So many, I guess if it was like a year ago, I read you guys a story about how the tsunami in Asia back in 2004 created such a tidal wave that it destroyed, it killed 212,000 people. This is, you know, 21 years ago. Well,
Right.
what happened when that tidal wave came in was it exposed a very, very clear and obvious city that was lying
Mhm.
underneath that nobody had ever seen before. Um, And this has been happening. We've been seeing a lot of, you know, cities and civilizations that we're building on top of. We have things like Lumeria, Tartaria. What's the other one? Bimini Road from what's that one under the Bahamas? Help me out here. The most common one.
Under
No, you're
Bahamas?
not.
Let me see.
No, the most common one when you think of a ancient advanced civilization.
Atlantis?
Thank you, Atlantis. Right. So there are theories that, like I said, now might hold weight. The first thing is that a lot of our history is a lie, and that we have to unlearn it, and that our history has been really kind of hidden from us, and that we've built on top of things. The second theory is that we have had other advanced civilizations, very advanced civilizations previously, and they get to a certain point and something happens. So it makes me wonder, have we gotten before to the point of AI? Like, did anybody really create electricity? Did anybody create AI? Or was it always there? And we just had
I think it
to,
was there. Just
did
how
we have
many?
to discover it?
Yeah.
Did we just have to get to a level where we could discover these things? I mean, electricity was always there, right?
Yeah, we just had to contain it, learn about it, and
Right.
do something with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And harness it.
Right.
So did we have clean power? Did we have all these things beforehand? Because if you look at some of these ancient civilizations, it would allude to the fact that maybe we did. And what
So
happened
what?
to them? Wait, and the
That's
third theory is that we have there's these the pyramids are all over. They're not just in Egypt. They're in Mexico. They're everywhere. And the inscriptions, there are some that are very, very similar, if not the same. So there's a theory that of demigods using them as refueling stations. And if there is a power structure underneath the pyramids, all of this might lend itself to these theories having credibility. So, especially regarding like the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, this type of thing.
So do you think it's they lived under these civilizations and built them on top of themselves? Or do you feel like why every country, they're all very similar in how they were made, they can't just go talk to each other? Back then they couldn't and say, hey, we want to build the same structure here. Is there?
I don't
Is
know.
there?
It's not like they had,
So
in theory, it's not like they had global communication back then, in theory.
right.
So how did all these
And
things that we can't even build today with our advanced tools, how were they
right.
created? And how were they
True.
created on other continents in the same exact way?
Exactly. That's what, and a lot of them are dated and close in age. And
Yeah.
yes, DC, that is my birds. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, she's a bird mama. She takes in fosters
Yeah.
and rehabs and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're a little loud tonight. Sorry.
And Allie says, I think time travel is the same way. It exists, but humans have yet to discover and use it. I think 100%.
Absolutely.
And yeah, Allie says, I think stuff like electricity and AI were discovered and humans found a way to use it. I do too. And I dwell on these things. I think about them a lot now.
The AI, I'm not really sure where I'm going with that yet. I'd have to, I think, look more into was AI possibly around before? Because only because of all the water it takes but it's the harnessing of it. I understand what everybody's saying, the harnessing.
Takes a lot of energy.
That's what I mean.
A
So
lot
that
of
much energy,
energy.
that much water to keep things cool,
Yeah.
to harness this. But I honestly feel like it's human created, but the stuff we're using for it may not be. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think people understand how much energy AI takes. Like it is
Exactly.
driving up the cost of energy, and it's using like 3 and 4 times the amount of water because it has to stay cool. And when AI is learning all the time, it's never shutting off. So
Right.
this is something that we need to be aware of.
Yeah,
So
people
what
don't
if this
think it's just poof,
existed?
it's there.
Yeah, what if this existed before and that is what caused the collapse?
Yeah. That's true.
You know,
Um,
I
I
don't
know
know.
something did, and if it, there's so many things we could dig so deep into, like the science and the idea and the philosophies and Bible and scriptures and
Yeah, it
related
just
to
doesn't. It
how
doesn't. Nothing adds
things.
up. None of the
No,
history
no,
we've
I
been.
agree.
It just
Nothing
doesn't.
adds up.
I think that we. I think there's more. There's more to our history. I think we've been cut short or lied to. There's more. I think to our mental abilities. Again, I think we've been cut short and
Hmm.
lied to.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a reason why the Catholic Church took all the book. All those books out of the Bible.
Hmm.
So I just think that we've been suppressed. When Emma says, I believe we've always had modern technology. You go back and look at some of these
Hmm.
ancient structures. There's no way just humans built those. No,
Exactly.
it just doesn't make sense. And
Right.
the problem with us is if it is not scientific, if we can't put our hands on it, if we can't see it, if we can't touch it, it doesn't actually exist, right? Like we
Right.
need definitive proof. So
Hmm.
the problem with us is, how do I put this? We don't believe in the mystics. We don't believe in the mysticism. We don't believe in the magic. We don't believe in anything that we can't see. We don't believe in
Hmm.
what we can feel. We only believe in what's here now that exists. So long before we knew about germs and bacteria, they still
Hmm.
existed. We just couldn't understand them.
Right.
So who's to say that germs and bacteria don't exist? We're just not able to see them. You know what I mean? I'm using that as a, there's
Hmm.
other things that exist. We just can't see it. But the mysticism, the magic, you know, there are things out there that we just don't understand. And unfortunately, you have these scholars, these intellects, who feel the need to say, "Oh, no, 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 no." Now, the problem with being an intellect is all you're doing when you're an intellect is you're chewing what is already known. That's all you're
True.
doing. You're just reassembling what's already known. You're not imagining the unknown. You're not creating a portal for the unknown to come to you. You're just you're just playing with science and reimagining it in different
We're
forms and
finding new
fashions.
ways.
Yeah,
Right.
you're not dealing with the beyond. So,
Hmm.
and there's a lot to be said for the beyond. There's so much we don't understand, and we just aren't comfortable with saying we don't understand that yet.
Well, maybe we'll get to fly like Jetsons after all in our lifetime.
Maybe.
I would rather have that than AI, to be honest with you.
Mm,
AI takes away from humans,
it
human
does.
work, excuse me.
It does.
Uh, so humans are putting input into it as it learns.
AI
So
is
some of this,
frustrating. AI is frustrating. Yeah, exactly. AI is frustrating. Like if you look at my career, all the things that I've done, the modeling and the cosplay and all the writing and all the blogs and all the podcasts, AI can take every single thing I've done that I have not been paid for or I've barely been paid for, and it can turn that into something where somebody else gets paid for all of that. They can use that, and none of that comes back to me, even though I'm the one that created it all. And it's doing that with everybody across the board. It's stealing from all the people who have created. It's learning from all the people who have created. It's creating and learning from all these people, but no one's getting the benefit from it. And the people who are creators are losing their jobs over it.
so
So it's
basically,
frustrating.
AI is another piece of the puzzle that they're going to use against us. And I don't want to sound like a tinfoil hat person, but um, I feel like I need to put it on and say it's BS. It's taking away from the human intellect.
Yeah.
And so,
I think a lot of people feel this way. I think it's dangerous.
mhm.
And I think it rips people off
Yeah, it's a
completely.
grab,
Yeah.
it's control. It's just another piece of the puzzle. So
So why
somebody had a couple questions there. People had for you.
well, yeah, I know. I see some of these good questions. I was going to say, who the people that have kept all this from us and teach us this stunted history? Who are they, and what do they have to gain by lying to us? And if we are allegedly two races walking this earth, and if aliens are here and among us, do they feed off the energy only we can produce? Are humans the only ones who can manifest? Aliens can't. So there's a vested interest in keeping us at a certain vibration, like a lower vibration, because that's what they need. Are we batteries?
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just curious. Like,
Well, a lot of us are not Energizer batteries and not hopping bunnies. So this is interesting. Humans are the most intellectual species, but not necessarily the most intelligent,
oh, 100%.
right?
Yep,
Don't forget about common sense.
100%. I could not agree with that more.
Yeah.
I feel like the most intelligent species might be dolphins. And then after that, coyotes.
Why coyotes?
A lot of reasons. They work together. Their families stay together. Their bodies regulate how many pups they can have according to the area that they patrol. If they patrol a smaller area, they only have 1 or 2 pups. So unlike us, where we'll have 17 babies living in a 1-room apartment.
Truth.
Or we can have a mansion and only have 1 kid or no kids.
Oh God, that
So
drives me nuts.
yeah, they're you know, they do a lot of very intelligent things and they work together.
Can I
But
comment on something?
yes, please do.
Marvelous put out there about the AI at the drive-through window.
I wanted to see
I'll
that.
be
Yeah.
honest with you, I would go somewhere else.
Mhm.
I wouldn't do it. So that's my opinion, though.
Yeah, I also
Very
wouldn't
good
go anywhere
PS.
that doesn't take cash.
Yes, there's that too. Even if I can pay for with card, I'm still going to argue the point. So
Yeah, Winona says, yep, what if the concept of space is not what we've been taught, but rather different dimensions? That would explain interdimensional beings only being able to visit for a short time, as we can only visit them for a short time. It's like expecting a fish to live out of water. It's not created to do so. That's a really interesting concept. What
absolutely.
if, okay, what if we're upside down? What if all this doesn't come from space, but it actually comes from the water?
I think my back would feel better and be all stretched out then.
Yeah, what if we're looking up when we should be looking down? What if all these lost worlds and aliens and things like that are coming from below instead of above? Christian, you're funny. That explains why we're tired all the
Who is
time.
Wally
Bigwig says, look
Wallington?
up Wally Wellington. He moves stones around like the ancients did. Is that the one that uses sound frequency to move things?
Oh, let me
So I
see.
was
Wally.
just hearing about somebody saying that they were using the ancients used sound to move things.
Oh, he's that guy that used to be a construction worker. Yes, he's a retired construction worker from Michigan who demonstrates methods for a single person to achieve the construction, basically building pyramids himself.
Mm.
Yeah, I've heard about that guy before. I'm gonna look him up some more here again, but I made a note. I'm going to look at that.
Oh, Steve, what did she say about dolphins? Bigwig says dolphins are dumb. They live in the ocean but breathe air.
They have more intelligence than what, a 10-year-old or a 15-year-old?
I think they're a lot more intelligent than we give them credit for. They also speak their own language, and you can't just put anybody in their family.
True.
So, I mean, there's
And they have
a
sex
lot.
like humans.
They do. As a matter of fact, a lot of them are
Sex with humans.
bisexual. Yeah, yeah. There's a reason that they were strongly featured in Galaxy, what was it? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and they were the ones who left first. So long, and thanks for the fish, because they were the smartest ones. So.
Oh, geez, another one I don't know. Oh,
Oh
look,
man,
look what Winona said though. That's for eating parties.
That's a thing.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you.
Anyway, I just think we have a lot more mental powers than we've been given, than we understand, and I think here's another what if we're just like going what if. It is an awesome book and movie, isn't it? You all should watch Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's worth the however long you want to spend on a book or the 90 minutes on a movie. And there's some very funny bits in there. What if the junk DNA junk DNA. The junk DNA in us that they keep telling us is junk DNA is actually, alien DNA. And the people who have certain mental powers, say those who are psychic mediums or psychics or pattern recognition, or those who know things. What if they're the ones that tend to have more alien DNA in them? And then you have the humans who have who are bred out. I know that's like a crazy thing to say, but
Yeah, that would explain me a lot.
yeah.
Sorry,
Okay. So listen, so you like Elf, okay? You have Elf.
Uh-huh.
So going back to like two races of people walking the earth, right? Maybe humans and alien hybrids. Okay. What if we are the alien hybrids and we don't even know? So like Will Ferrell and Elf, he didn't know he was an elf. He just knew he was different. And he knew he could do things like put the star on top of the tree.
I know I'm different.
He didn't know that he was a human until he was told. He thought he was an elf the whole time. So what if these alien hybrid people actually feel that they think they're all human, but they know that they have, they know things. Like they think of a friend, right? And their friend contacts them. Like they send out the bat signal and their friend.
God. You're like that.
Well, they think of a friend, and a friend who they haven't heard from in ages contacts them out of the blue. Or they talk about a book, and the book shows up at the lending library, the free lending library down the street.
No way.
After they have, didn't I tell you this?
We just looked that up.
Okay, so this is the 25th anniversary edition. So when I took your books back last night to put it into the little lending library, this was sitting right in front.
I can't believe it. I just put that on the wish list last week too.
And it's the anniversary edition too. I was like, holy shit, no way. Because we just had an entire conversation about this the day before.
Well, you know what? You're the manifester with stuff like that, that's for sure.
You gotta be careful what we think, right?
Yeah. Interesting. Well, then I think, no, I'm just kidding. I wish upon.
It might, yeah. Michael, it might explain the crazy. Who's crazier though? The aliens or the humans?
Humans, all the way.
Yeah, I would think.
I don't know.
It would explain something though, wouldn't it? It would explain the conspiracy theorists. You know how there's such a hard line down the middle where people think the conspiracy theorists are absolutely fucking nuts. And then the conspiracy theorists think that the other people are absolutely daft. It would explain that hard line. Because if you've been paying attention, a lot of the conspiracy theories, say that word loosely, have come true. So what is it that they're seeing? What is it they're recognizing? What is it that they are able to know that the others are not able to pick up on? And how does that work? Why is their antenna tuned?
That's a good question.
Why do they have an antenna where they can see things to stay out of a dangerous way or to know things? But the average person is like, go wear your tinfoil hat, okay? You're an idiot. You are so dumb. And that's what they say. They're like, you bring something up, they're like, you are so freaking dumb. It's pathetic. Yeah. So, I mean, they're so insultory. It's hilarious.
I'm starting to wonder about these bots on like X and things like that. There might not really be bots, or it's AI generated anymore.
Yeah, I think there's like sock puppet accounts. If you're not aware of what a sock puppet account is, it is someone who has been hired. They're usually a room full of people. It looks almost like a newsroom. It's a room full of people where each person is given dozens and dozens of accounts. They're fake accounts across everything from YouTube to Instagram to X to everything. And they're given a narrative to push. So they get on all of these pages, create all these fake accounts, and scope out looking for hashtags and looking for things to create conflict and start. I remember back in the day, they were called flame wars. Basically, they're there to inflame and cause issues. And a lot of times how you can recognize a sock puppet account is that it's maybe not a real name. There's definitely not a picture or a real picture, There's often a number at the end of the name. They have very few followers. So, you know, before you start maybe arguing with somebody, see if it's even worth your time, because a lot of them are sock puppet accounts. And unlike you, they are getting paid to argue. You are not, and your time is valuable. So,
Right. That's true.
yeah. So be careful with that. I had a friend of mine. I was so disappointed too. You know, and I know so many people can't stand Elon Musk right now, and I don't understand it because um I just don't. He aligns himself with the Cheeto, right? And all of a sudden people hate him, but he's still the same guy, still the guy who was making green energy and doing all these things. He rescued the astronauts, and it was nowhere on media. Nobody's talking about it.
The
No
only
one's
thing they were
talking
talking
about it.
about is the dolphins around the capsule. I kept hearing.
Yeah, they're
That's it.
not exactly as crickets. There's
Yep.
crickets. They're not
And
giving
so,
like, oh my God, like these are human beings. They've been out, and nobody else could do it. And he wanted to do it before, and they told him to sit down. They didn't want him to do it before the election because they don't want him to make anybody look good. So, and hi, Kenny F. and Powers, what's up? So yeah, so I don't understand. I don't understand all the violence to the Teslas and all that stuff. It's crazy. Those cars have 7 cameras. 7. Don't do
well, it
that.
doesn't do them any good when they explode.
Yeah, I know. We got to make a better battery.
Yeah, they got to do something. Yeah,
Yeah.
you remember like Pintos and things like that?
Oh
That
yeah.
Rangers, Mavericks, a lot, so many of them used to, a slight accident or something and go poof.
Yep.
Well, I mean, there was one not far from me here. I mean, all they did is run over and blow a tire and rolled off to the side of the road and poof, our whole car exploded.
Yeah, she got out just in time, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was a pretty wicked video, and they burn so much different. It's not like
Wow.
gasoline, a gas tank that explodes. When those batteries go, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
I wouldn't want one. I wouldn't want one for that reason, and I wouldn't want one. I mean, we live in Florida. There's car accidents all the time. I just can't. It's too
yes.
dangerous. And then also, I drive like thousands of miles in the middle of the night all the time. I don't want to worry about trying to find, recharging stations.
That too, and unfortunately, and I'm not advocating for this at all. That there's a bunch of people out there going around destroying those stations right now.
Oh no,
Uh,
why? That's
and you're not
terrible.
hearing much about that either. They're keeping a squash on it a bit. That people are mad. The people that are mad at Elon Musk have actually been getting together and destroying Tesla charging stations, blowing up car lots with Teslas on them.
That's
It's
okay.
it's
That is retarded.
it's alarming.
Do they understand that they're hurting people and not
No, of course
Elon?
not.
Like
Obviously,
they're hurting
yeah,
the insurance companies or the people
right.
who own the stores where the charging stations are. Like this is dumb.
Yeah, it's
Beyond
not
dumb.
right. I mean, violence is not the answer.
Maybe Elon Musk can buy Pfizer so all these people can become anti-vaxxers.
There you
Bigwig says
go.
Trump is a polarizing figure, so if you oppose him, you oppose anyone who works for him, no matter what. People just can't get past it. That's okay. That is the dumbest thing. I know you're speaking truth right there, but it's dumb.
Hmm.
I would. Some people can't get past it. Intelligent human beings with a normal EQ rating can.
Hmm.
It's only certain people who can't get past it, and yeah, I just
Hmm.
the dumb just blows my mind. So you
Yeah.
can criticize Israel without being an anti-Semite.
Hmm.
So you can criticize, various things without hating the entire thing. So it's just people are so extreme now.
Yeah, and it
Uh,
doesn't do any good. It's I don't know. You're hurting people in their work and all kinds of things.
yeah.
So
Kenny Power says these are the same dumbasses that supported electric vehicles in the environment are now destroying it because of Elon being with Trump.
Yep.
Yes, these are also the same. Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't. You have to be able to look at things objectively, not because of whoever is backing it.
True.
So,
yeah, you know what? War Demon, you're right.
yeah,
Uh,
domestic terrorism. Yeah, it's wild. It's really wild. Well, that's one of the things I wanted to bring up. A lot of people are vehemently giving Elon a bunch of shit because he's bringing up the genocide going on in South Africa. And here's the thing. That's actually been going on for a while. I have two different friends from South Africa who have talked about it before I even heard about it anywhere. You just don't hear about it, right?
mhm.
So one of my friends at the gym was going back to South Africa. These are white people. He's going back to South Africa to take care of his sister because he says it's just too dangerous for her to be there alone. That the amount of
Wow.
rapes and hangings and killings. A lot of
Oh
these
my
are
gosh.
they're white people of Dutch backgrounds. They're called Boers, Boers. Is their I guess their name in South
Terrorist
Africa,
name or whatever.
Afrikaners.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they are the minority.
Mhm.
So the history there is that originally when they settled, allegedly they were white supremacists and they treated the black people very badly. And
Allegedly.
now that the tide has turned, retribution is owed. So these people who generations and generations now, they're the
Mhm.
kids, the grandkids, whatever, great grandkids or beyond. These are Dutch Africans who have land and they're taking the land from them. They're killing them. They're stringing them, hanging them. They're raping them. And if you look at the genocide reports, which there is you can see a global genocide report, it's on there. All the reports are on there. But,
Wow.
My friend had to go back home and take care of his sister. We have a professional wrestler friend of mine who confirmed. I asked him, I said, this is going on, right? And he's like, or no, is this? He's like, oh, that's been going on since 1995.
Okay, I was going to ask you because I know it's not just them, but there's Americans there, there's British
Mhm.
there, there's
He goes, it's
all
still the
kinds.
greatest country. He goes, I still love it. I still want to move back there. He goes, but it's like anything else. It's where you are. He goes, but yeah, that is happening. So,
That's horrible.
yeah. And they have a fight song called Kill the Boer. And the president and the people running the country are singing this, which is kill the white man is what it translates to.
I
So,
know every country's got their thing, but that's genocide is unacceptable.
well, it's just, and when I shared this, my friend, who, mind you, we are mixed over here. We are mixed,
Hmm.
okay, with Hispanic, Latino. So when I brought it up, my friend who is Santiago, he's like, "Oh, white people have been claiming that they've had it so rough always," and I'm like, this has less to do with anybody being white and more to do with being a minority in a community where the majority doesn't want you there. It's no different than a genocide anywhere else. It just happens to be that this group of people are white. And he's like, I can't believe you're falling for this stupid shit. He's like, I just have to mute you. I love you, but I have to mute you. And I was like, wow. I'm like, so you
Okay.
believe that this can't happen to people who are white? I'm like, because wow.
Happen to anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's
Ugh,
heartbreaking that there's people out there. And this is like an intelligent human being too. He's a
that's
very
sad.
smart man. And it was very heartbreaking to see that there's some who believe that there's no way a genocide could happen to
Oh,
white
I'm sorry to
people.
hear that.
I
Yeah.
know. So I was
Wow.
like, that's disappointing. But yeah, uh, Elon Musk is bringing that to the forefront. It's good that he's exposing it. Um,
What about all those? Never mind.
What?
I was gonna like put a hat there. What about all those celebrities that have schools and things over in Africa to help that have for years?
Mm, yeah,
Um,
not hearing about it, right?
right, not at
Yeah,
all. And they should have been aware of these kind of things then too, and maybe brought that up too over the
yeah,
years. So,
yeah. And yesterday, two more journalists were specifically targeted by drones and killed by Israel. This makes 208 journalists killed since October.
where were they killed in
Journalists.
Gaza Strip or?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. And these drones are so specific they can see you know, the labeling on your shoe. So it wasn't that they weren't, they were just in the way. They were specifically targeted. And one of them was like 22 years old, 23 years old. So and we
The
wouldn't
drone
know
thing
what's
is kind
going
of like
on
the
without.
AI thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
well,
scary. Yeah,
I'm just saying we wouldn't know what's going on if these people weren't risking their lives to bring
right.
us this information. So the fact that journalists are getting killed over all of this is really it should alarm anybody, regardless of what's going on or how you feel about any of this.
Mhm.
Journalists should always be, hands off. They're bringing the story.
What about that journalist for Redacted that was killed last week?
I didn't catch
Um,
that one.
oh yeah, she's in America too. I think it was Arizona or something. It was a large contributor to their stories.
Who?
Um, I'm gonna let me look it up.
Yeah, I guess not Whitney Webb.
Let's see.
She's the only female I know who's on there on a regular basis.
Okay, so let's see.
Yeah, but that's just some of the news that we're not hearing, and it's just it's crazy. That's all. It's crazy, and people choose to believe what they want to believe. I just think if you're getting information firsthand, that usually holds more weight than getting it from the internet.
Yeah.
It just does. You know. Thank you, cool, awesome dude. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, of course, I'm gonna have a hard time finding it, right?
Naturally. We
Mm.
should just sit there and stare at you and go ding, ding,
Ding,
ding,
ding,
ding,
ding,
ding,
ding.
ding,
As I'm
ding,
looking for this
ding,
article,
ding,
I know
ding,
I read
ding,
about it. They
ding.
even talked
Da, da,
about
da,
it on
da.
Redacted. So, all right. Anyway, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
That reminds me, VPNs. We didn't talk about that last week. Get a
Oh,
VPN.
yes.
So this way, like that, I could find things. And
Yes. Yeah, Google
uh,
is the worst. They're the worst. They're not even an actual browser. They're a popularity contest. They're where everybody's paid.
yes. So now I'm on a different look up here on DuckDuckGo and see if I can
Yeah.
journalist. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, actually.
Hmm.
Oh, it's thinking this time at least.
Yeah. And we have some funny stories for you guys too.
Okay.
Again, if you
Well,
are here late, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, I am on a wrestling convention. I will be at Glory Days, GrappleCon this weekend, and in Lutz, LUTC, Florida. Would love to see you if you're in the area. I know a lot of people are in this area this time of year because of the weather. And I can tell that you're here because of the traffic. So a 10-minute drive takes 30 minutes. So
that's true.
so get your butts over to come and see me. So
Hey, I found something on it. Nope, that's still not it. Never mind.
okay.
I'm just gonna shut up.
Yeah, Allie says Google sucks. I use Startpage, Quant, Ecosia, and sometimes the Brave browser's own built-in search engine. I heard Brave is really good and it has its own VPN with it. Somebody was recommending that.
I did find a free VPN. I think I told you about that. That's good on the phone
Yeah.
and the computer. And it's been so far it's worked very well.
Okay.
No, Pord.
Nord.
Man, I'm horrible today. I don't have any of my shit ready. Anyway, I'll post it out there as soon as I get my shit together.
Oh, yeah. Michael's saying too much traffic down here. Yeah, there is. Oh, um,
Now that we got everybody else's spring break going on, that's when everybody starts coming.
yeah, I know.
Oh,
Ellie
well,
says,
it's
I
Proton.
hate now that almost every Android phone has Google pre-installed. Android is open source like Linux. That should maybe not be the case. Yeah.
Here, I just put it in there. Proton VPN, and it's free,
Proton.
completely free. Proton.
Oh, okay. Good to
Uh,
know.
and it's been working great. I've been using it on my phone when I want to look up something.
Yeah,
That
and
I
it
don't.
doesn't cock block you from information or
Right.
from visiting adult sites. If your state has decided that
That's it.
you are, despite holding a job and being a tax-paying citizen and over 18, apparently you are not allowed to visit adult sites according to your state.
Mm,
Nanny states.
that's just so
That's so
wrong.
ridiculous.
You could go live on a cruise ship like that one guy did. Well, I'm sure he's not the only one that did that. Remember that we came across
Yeah.
last week?
Yeah. So tell the story.
Yeah, so this guy decided, hey, I wonder if it's cheaper to live on a cruise ship. He's a remote worker. All he
Mhm.
needed is, a Wi-Fi access and etc. So he found a cruise line, and I think it was Royal Caribbean. The 7-day cruises and so forth. So now he found that ship, and he's what he pays for a room for himself, the Wi-Fi, all the add-ons. He's been adding it up over a year, and he actually has been saving money by giving up his apartment and everything now and living on a cruise ship. And they all know him now. He gets
Wow.
treated great. He gets great food, healthy food, all included. Utilities. If you think of it that way, how awesome
Oh
is
my
that?
God. Yeah, you don't need a
So,
car.
right. And so when he comes in, docks in town, he goes and hangs with his friends, stays there, gets off the ship for a week or two, goes back, does whatever he wants. So anyway, I think that's an awesome story myself. But
That is pretty cool. I mean, if you think about it, and then I guess if you after you cruise for so long, you start getting like all the benefits, right? You get like free Wi-Fi or free
yes, that's what he
whatever.
said. Points programs,
Yeah.
whatever. Who knows? Alcohol, food, who knows?
Oh, that's
But
that's
anyway, it
cool.
was pretty interesting. He broke it down, and it's actually working, saving money. So yes,
Kenny says
okay,
IP addresses can be traced back to a VPN still. They're all created by hackers and have back channels to exploit them still.
I
Yeah,
believe
but
that.
what about people who are just trying to get information that's being filtered from them or just trying to get on like YouPorn?
Hmm.
I mean,
I agree.
and that's it. They're just trying to live their lives. What is that? I
Well, we
mean,
did an experiment last week with that.
mhm.
Um, just out of
Mm.
curiosity.
We did a side by side search on
Yeah.
Google versus using a VPN, and we got very different results.
Oh yeah. You want to find that porn? You'll definitely find it.
Oh yeah, Red Sunny, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
There
you,
was a
thank you,
bunch of
thank you, thank you.
other.
Appreciate you. Yeah, we have some other funny stories. What is the
That's why I was just go back there
yeah,
because I sent it to you earlier. Um,
let me see. Um, there's a scientist make a discovery about the health impacts of quitting drinking bottled water.
oh
So
yeah.
that one was really interesting to me because we've had Ty on here before. Ty's a water seafood guy from California. He does all the water systems out in Northern California. And Kenny, I'm with you. I would rather die than be on a cruise too. Totally,
Me too,
totally
but
with you.
you know.
But for the sake of the story. Um, Anyway, after decades of humanity using plastic in an impossible range of products and then dumping many of them into our streets and waterways, our environment's full of microplastics. So, basically, if you're giving up, what's the gist of this? The biggest source of microplastics in people by
Hmm.
far is bottled water. The microplastics break off from the interior of the bottle itself, especially when the plastic flexes or heats up, or if you like freeze it and then it defrosts. By switching from bottled water to filtered tap water, exposure went from 90,000 particles down to 4,000 particles or less per year. It's a reduction of more than 90%. So additionally,
A lot.
that's a lot. That let me repeat
That's
that.
huge.
It went from 90,000 microplastic particles down to less than 4,000 particles per year by going from bottled water to filtered tap water. And this coincides with what our friend said, who was the water expert out in California, or now he's in Florida. He said that anytime someone gives him a bottle of water, he just dumps it out and replaces it with tap. He said tap water by far is better for you across the board.
And also, too, you could buy a reusable containers. I know you bought one. Here's the one of mine.
This is my metal cup I like. But yeah, I bought it.
Yeah.
I bought a non-insulated reusable bottle that's about the same size as a water bottle with like a bamboo lid, and I love it. And then I bought like the water bottle little scrubby thing in there. Yeah. I bought the scrubby so so I can scrub it out.
I put the VPN on.
No, I know, put the scrubby on so I can clean it out. And I bought two because I have a tendency to sometimes leave things behind. Then I like put my name on there. I'm like, hey, April. So I bought one for my gym bag and one for my purse. So it's you know, water bottle size, so I can shove it in my purse. But yeah, I like it, and it's not too heavy.
Well, did I ever? I don't know if I told everybody else about my friend's kid that I told you about with the plastic poisoning. You know, young adult getting sick. They couldn't figure out what was going on. Months. You're talking almost a year now. And one of the biggest contributors of him being sick and has now created autoimmune disease in his body. You're talking a 21-year-old is bottled water. It was the plastic poisoning from bottled water. He was freezing them, taking them out during the day in Florida in the heat, reusing them, filling them up, putting them back in the freezer for cold water. And it caused plastic poisoning, and he's almost ended up on the list of needing a transplant. So,
oh my God.
But they're doing all kinds of cleansing. He is getting better. And he learned a hard lesson, and there's a fact right there of how people are getting sick with it.
The thing is, people don't know this, you know, like this is all just an experiment. Like we never had bottled water before.
Right.
Really 2 generations ago.
Right.
So we're learning these things. So we're sharing this with you so that you can know this. You can go anywhere and get like a, you know, metal water bottle to carry around with you. Or
there's also too, don't heat up your stuff in the microwave in the plastic Tupperware.
Yeah.
That does it too.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yep. 100%. Oh.
100.
100.
There was the Welsh woman who pleads guilty to sending fart videos to her boyfriend's ex. Sorry.
So wait, she's sending fart videos to her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna read this for a second because so this was in Wales, so it wasn't in America.
So what do? You just make it. You just sit there and make videos and then send them. Like,
yes, she was finding.
That's a whole thing on Clips for Sale. She could have gotten paid for that.
I know, right? And so she was sending her boyfriend's ex by sending a series of farting videos. She sent at least 8 videos where she can be seen laughing, placing the camera to her butt, and directly, as they say, passing gas into the lens.
And then it was in your general direction.
It was, and they're calling it purely malicious. She was smirking throughout. She found it hilarious, but the victim didn't. You think? And they arrested her for the videos. And
that's some shit we would do when we were younger, just to bust each other's balls. Malicious. That's funny.
Anyway, I couldn't help myself. I thought that was funny. I'm like, okay.
I mean, we would do that to our brothers and sisters, didn't we?
I mean, you used to call people when there was no caller ID and do crap like that.
Yeah, you did.
You know, random phone numbers. You know,
purely malicious. Okay. Yes. I actually sent a Christmas card to my brother. He opened it up. It's like, I farted in your car. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Oh my God, you might go to jail for that.
UK is all up their own ass about everything now. They have turned into a Nazi state.
My God.
Oh my God. It's a Nazi country. They're the worst. They used to be they used to be the most amazing country with free speech too. When I was over there, it was like they were amazing. And I don't know what happened. And hi, Brian. Yes, boobs. Boobs. Fury power.
People go crazy for poop when you're younger. Sure.
Yeah, little kids,
Um,
right?
it's still a thing. You know how many times I hear about poop every day at work?
This
Something is referenced about poop, farts, something
yeah,
all
toilet
day.
humor. Everybody loves a little
Yeah, it
toilet
is.
humor. It's
So, I
lowbrow.
mean,
It's
who
lowbrow.
fucking cares?
I know.
So if you don't want to hear from this person or get a video, block them. We have the option to block.
That's
I
what I'm
think it was star
saying.
69 growing up. We block people. Come on.
Yeah.
Was it? Nope. Or is that star 67? I don't know. One of
Star
them.
69 is called back.
Yeah, that's right.
So I
So
forget what
there's a,
what the block was.
it was something, it was either 60, it was one or the other. One was a callback and one was a block.
Right.
Um, Pokemon shaped Cheeto sells at auction for $87,000.
Is that like the
Not.
Jesus toast? Remember the Jesus face on the toast that
There was
sold like
also,
a fortune?
and this is not even anything spectacular.
You
Can
gotta
you
hold
see
it
it?
still.
That's it right there.
Wasn't that
$87,000. Somebody paid for that crap. Yeah, I'm sorry. People are stupid. But here's a funny one for Switzerland. I didn't know. Okay, guns are banned in Switzerland. Weapons.
okay?
Um, a Swiss politician was fined for buying pink water pistols online for her family and grandkids.
I
Just
saw that.
water pistols. And so apparently it was a violation of the country's weapon laws to buy pink water guns. She was
So what?
charged $6,500 or
Oh my God.
$7,300 for weapons law violation. Uh, because they were imitations and they could be confused, even though they're pink, for real guns.
Okay,
I
so
just,
that's unbelievable. So I saw she just paid it too. She didn't argue it.
yeah,
So
what are you gonna do?
okay, so I want to know if she paid the fine, does she get to keep the water pistols?
No, she had to give them back. I saw that. They took
Oh
them.
my God. So for that amount of money, she should have just traveled to China and bought the water
She bought them
pistols.
from Timu. She bought them on Timu.
See, that's what I mean. That's China. You
Yeah.
know, but just travel to
Oh,
China,
I
pick
know.
them up, and
Yeah.
bring them back. So here's the really wild thing. When you said Switzerland, I'm like, isn't it mandatory gun ownership in Switzerland? Like that's how it became. That's how
Is
it
it?
stayed a neutral country during the World War II, is because
Mm.
everybody had a gun. So yeah,
Did you
in
look it up?
Switzerland, gun ownership is relatively high, but it's tightly regulated, requiring permits for acquisition and carrying in public, with stringent background checks and training for those seeking permits.
So
So
that lady could have just got a permit to carry her water gun out in public?
I don't know, but yeah, it's one of the higher gun ownership countries in the nation.
That's
Not the
interesting
nation.
then.
I'm sorry, in the world. I'm saying that
It
wrong.
was probably cheaper to pay the fine than it was to fight it, kind of like in America.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. What else you got?
Water pistol. That was an expensive toy. Oh my God. Yeah, just get a 3D printer and print it off.
Yeah. Everybody else does that.
Yeah.
And a lot of other things now. Did you notice that at the cons, Comic Cons?
Yes.
A
A
lot of
lot of
people
3D
have 3D
printing.
stuff there,
Yep. I wonder what the
which
rules
is
are for
great.
that.
Hmm?
Wonder what the rules are for that. I know we actually have 3D printed weapons, including
It's
guns.
illegal. It's illegal.
Yeah, that
People
doesn't
do
mean
it
it's not
anyway, but it's
happening.
illegal. No, of course it's happening. Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah, you're right, Bigwig. Somebody, some
yeah,
kid probably,
yeah.
something probably happened that was bad. That's usually what it is, and some president
Or they
stuff. That's the thing.
preemptively decided that is what would happen, and but
Well, you could be like, was it London or England that you can't even get a pointy knife?
yeah, I know.
You have to buy it, and now they're going to
Yeah.
change that because somebody still got stabbed with no point on a knife or something. I don't know.
It's funny. England is so daft. Okay, they think that you take away the guns and that will solve the problem, but you take away the guns and you give them the IEDs, and then they have to take away the trash cans in public because they start blowing up everything. So then you take away the trash cans, and
I'm
then it's
sorry.
all the stabbings and the baseball bat murders go up, and it's like, listen, listen.
Listen,
Hey,
Linda.
listen,
Yeah.
fucktards. It is not the weapons. It is the
Mhm.
people. Okay, you have a
Right.
problem with your people, you have a problem with your society, you might want to start there.
Mhm.
So, I mean, like, I don't know, back in the day, we all went to school with guns,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, 2 generations ago or whatever, 1 generation ago, we went to school with guns. There was never an issue. Society. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
When are you going to start making those and selling them, Winona?
Yeah, right. Do it. Do it. We're interested.
Yeah, the society has changed so much. So we've become far more sociopathic. So,
That's true. Hey, I have a question for I don't know if he's still on here. Um, on Italy. This gentleman is from Italy here. Here, on it.
Bigwig says we should ban spoons. I'm fat as hell, and it's the spoon's fault.
Yeah, you know
Ah,
what? What did I send you today that somebody's at work said?
I don't know. That's
Uh,
true. Like if it's the weapons are killing people, then the spoons are making people fat, and keyboards are causing hate speech. 100%.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What did you send me?
If somebody at work said it and it was freaking hysterical. Oh my God, there were so
Alex
many
says, "What
things
if there's a
today.
3D super soaker?" I feel like I have
I
one of
like that
those.
idea.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like I have that. It's
Mm.
how I like water the plants in the back. I'm like,
Don't they make things that are that well, they should make them with the sound to go with it too.
they should.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah,
Winona
and
says
see
she
what
could
happens with your
potentially
neighbors.
make a peen out of wood.
Ah,
Wood.
I found it, yeah. Somebody came into work today and says, I'm not fat. I'm a few meals ahead and a few shits behind. I couldn't
Oh
help.
my
I was like,
God,
oh my
that's
God, that was fucking
funny.
great. Oh,
Just a few
way to
meals
come up with
ahead.
these things.
That's actually pretty good.
Few meals ahead and a few shits behind.
Oh my God.
Anyway, all right. Oh, the Italian thing. I wanted to ask him. Uh,
Is he still
he's
here?
in Italy. Where's he at?
Yeah.
Is he in here?
You have
I
to
hope
remember the
so.
time difference is like 6 hours of being
Oh,
ahead. He might not still be here.
oh, sorry.
Maurizio.
Maurizio, there he is.
Maurizio.
So in Italy, I heard about a problem going on, infestation of bugs in a couple of the cities. And I just read about that today. I didn't actually send you the article, and I should have, but I was wondering, like, if he's there, is there any truth to that kind of stuff going on over there?
So basically, it's become Florida.
Yeah, but it's to the point where they people can't go outside. They're doing this,
Oh.
not like
Oh,
here.
basically, it's become Florida. Love bug season.
Love bugs. How about them
How come we
freaking
don't have that
no-see-ums?
anymore? What happened to our
Fucking
love
no-see-ums.
bugs? Yeah, those are the
Um,
worst. Well, last year we didn't have a love bug season, and this year we haven't had one either. What's up with that?
I don't
What
know.
has happened?
I'm
I
sure
don't know.
something's happened.
Yeah,
We
I'm
just
sure
don't
they have
know.
too.
Maybe it's all the chemicals and
Yeah, that's what I'm
chemtrails and
thinking too.
but anyway, that could lead to another story right there, another conversation. All right, what else you got?
That's it, I think. I just, it was a very unplanned show. We were, next week I think we have Deanna DeVoli, the artist.
Oh, she's awesome.
She does some amazing, esoteric, sexy, cool art. She's going to be joining us next week. The week after, we have on Brian. I'm blanking on his name. Brian, our QHHT specialist, which is quantum healing hypnosis therapy. He's written a new
Oh, he's
book, and
awesome.
he's coming on to share with us some of his new insight. And he was before. So we got to get him to talk loud this time.
Yes, hopefully he has a great microphone.
Yes. And in the future, we're also having Scream Queen and skincare consultant. She's a skincare
She has
creator,
her own
right?
skincare company.
Yeah. Denise Duff. So if
Denise
you
Duff,
have
yeah.
watched a lot of the horror movies, they starred Denise Duff. So she will be joining us as well. So in the next month, expect that we'll have Deanna and Brian and Denise Duff on. So
Yes,
that is the plan. Feel like I've been hustling around trying to Trying
Oh,
to
there's more. There's more lined up for after that too.
wait. This
Just gotta
who's
get
lined
them.
up? Who do we have?
Well, we've got a couple of those. Joel wanted to come on, remember? Um,
Yes.
yep, we got to schedule Joel,
Yep.
and of course, there's some people that want to come back on too. So we're gonna
Yes.
fall into like holidays. So
Yeah.
uh, we'll have to kind of figure out what kind of dressed up Tuesdays you want there.
But wait, there's
Let's say
more.
Titty
Yeah, we're.
Tuesdays. There's something flying around in here. Sorry. What is
Uh,
that?
I don't know, but no one can see it because you're blanked out.
I know.
You got the funky back.
That's
But anyway,
okay.
yeah. If, like I said earlier, if you're coming in late, if you are in Tampa Bay, I will be at Glory Days GrappleCon on Saturday, all day long. It is a good, cool, old school wrestling convention. It's in Lutz, Florida. Hope to see you. If you can't come see me, you can see me online. You can check me out at patreon.com, April Hunter. And on Instagram, it's Real April Hunter. Stay in touch with me. We're always adding
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Yeah. So appreciate you being here a
Like we're
lot.
on X.
Yeah.
Oh, YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget
We're
to
on
buy your
YouTube.
gold.
Yeah. Follow me here. Oh, yeah. And huge thanks to our sponsor. You can go to April Hunter Gold and put some money into precious metals. You know how our stuff's going like this right now. We don't know what's happening. So rather than take a chance losing any of your hard-earned, income or cash, stabilize it with precious metals. You can invest in some gold and silver for as little as $50. You could do a recurring buy if you want. If you do a recurring buy, use the code 1776 and get some free constitutional silver. This is Wise Wolfpack Gold. It's veteran owned and they've been around for a while. They're very easy to get in touch with. Yeah, Tony is the man for sure. These are good people. These are trustworthy people, and you don't have to invest much till you get started. So aprilhunter.gold and put some money into something stable. So yeah, gold's on fire. I think at like 3,000 it hit this week. So it's ridiculous.
Crazy.
It went through the roof. So buy you some. So anyway, thank you for being here. Eva, are you doing any readings coming up?
Yes, I have some Friday actually working on, and eventually do some more. And I'm also a notary now, officially. So I got my stamp finally yesterday.
Yay.
So I can marry you, stamp you, divorce you. I can help you buy a house. All the above. Plus, I can give you a reading on how your marriage might go. How about that?
Oh my God, that's funny. Or how your divorce might go.
Right.
Oh my God. So I'll flex this, and she's flexing her notary skills.
I'll just do that.
There you go.
Basic witch. There we go. Wearing my witch shirt tonight.
All right, you guys. We will see you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Lots of love. Thank you for throwing some bits. We love you, and we will see you soon. Lots of love. And Deanna will be with us next week. So, mwah, mwah. Bye.